guys, welcome back to another video. So I was definitely in the mood for some flautas today. I didn't want to go buy them, so I thought why not make them? And if you want to see how I made these delicious American style flautas, just keep on watching. Okay guys, so for me, making flautas is super personal. Put in what you like, take out what you don't like. So I'm going to show you what I put into mine. I first started with some chicken. I'm making chicken flautas. So I am using this boneless, skinless chicken thigh fillet. You can also use chicken breast, tenderloins, whatever you want basically. I'm also going in with some cream cheese. I had this in the fridge. I sat it out to soften it because you do want it so you can stir it. I have some spinach that was really on its last leg, so I'm adding that in as well. I also have some cheese. Actually, I have two types of cheese, Munster and some queso style, because that's what I had in the fridge. But honestly, when I started mixing it up, I forgot to put the cheese in, so I put it on top. Just add your cheese in though. Don't do like me. Do better than me. I cannot believe I totally forgot, but that's okay. Lastly, I have some flour tortillas. Now, if you use corn tortillas, which you definitely can, you're making more of a taquito. But in order to make flautas, from what I heard, that's going to be flour tortillas. That's what I had, so that is what I used. Also, I wanted some kind of picante sauce, but I didn't have any. However, we did go out to eat recently at Taco Casa, and this was their to-go salsa. Like, this was huge. So I said, I am going to save this and use it when I need to, and that's exactly what I did. So these are all of the ingredients that I used right here. Basically everything, like I said, add or omit as you see fit. Also, you don't see any seasonings because I will show you what I'm seasoning the chicken with next. So first you're just going to boil your chicken. No need to show that. You're just going to boil it, and then I use 2 forks to shred it up. And first I'm going to put my cream cheese in, and it is softened, so it's super simple to get out. This cream cheese was frozen. Frozen cream cheese is excellent for this recipe. You can pop it right out the freezer, right into your pot. And after I got the cream cheese in, I'm just going to try to mix it up as well as I can. It is super thick at this point. Now I'm going to season this with some taco seasoning. Got this taco seasoning at Aldi's, well, behind Aldi's, but yeah, I'm going to season it with just a bit. I don't like a ton. Now let me show you the seasonings I'm using. I'm going to go in with some garlic powder, probably about half a tablespoon because we love it. Some Goya adobo, just because this makes everything better. I absolutely love this. I have some ground black pepper. You don't need a ton of this, just enough to kind of season it. And lastly, I'm going in with some onion powder, and I'm just going to sprinkle that in as well, about half a tablespoon. Now I'm going in with my fancy schmancy spinach that was about to go bad, so I had to use it for something. Look at me at that van of white. Boy, I am talented. Now, instead of getting my cutting board and slicing and cutting and all of that, listen, this was a quick little meal for us. I'm being lazy. I am literally taking it by the handful and tearing it. Now, I have washed this spinach before. When I open the bag, I usually wash it in a colander and then put it back in there, and it has some paper towels at the bottom. Helps just to keep it fresh. I'm now going to go in with my salsa. Gonna pour it in and then stir, stir, stir. Stir like your life depends on it. What you're going to do is basically get that chicken and stuff moving around. You're going to whip that cream cheese in there and just make it all really mesh together, and make sure all that seasoning gets distributed. If you see some areas like, I don't know if they, just add a little more. It will be great. So this is what your mix should look like once you are done. You see the chicken in there. You see the spinach in there, and like I said, I totally forgot to put the cheese. I don't know what was wrong with me. Okay, so now you're just going to get a plate and a flour tortilla. I would actually recommend using one that is a lot smaller. The flautas that I'm used to eating are pretty small, and they're crunchy and they're good. These were so big, it didn't have a ton of the crunch, and I like that crunch. So I would use smaller ones, but like I said, this is what I had on hand. Just going to spread it right on, just like the outer 1/4 of that. I'm going to take it and roll it super tightly. You want to roll it as tightly as possible. And then while you're doing your other ones, leave it sitting seam side down. So the part where it opens, leave that down. I'm just going to do a couple more, or maybe one more here. And I think I was just making these for me. I made Babe some a little later. You know, it's kind of difficult when you're videoing and cooking, so I just do like a small amount at first. Now, I put this right in the pan like that, but look what happened, you guys. It started to unroll. You really want to make sure your seam, it's sitting on the seam like that top one. Have the seam side down, so once it starts cooking and frying, it does not unroll for you. Now, I actually was doing something and I let this cook a little too much, but that's okay because I like mine crunchy anyway. But I also tucked that seam back under there, as you can see. Now I'm just going to get some paper towels and drain my flautas on them just like so, because sometimes they are pretty greasy. Now basically, honestly, they're done. This is all you need. However, I am going to show you how I dress mine and what I add to mine. The restaurants that I go to usually have like almost like a little salad on top, and I kind of wanted to recreate that. So once again, I am just tearing up some lettuce that I have and just sprinkling it over the top. It was kind of bigger leaves, so I had to tear them just a bit. I'm also going to go in with a tomato and dice that up and sprinkle it over the top. I just feel like it makes it look so pretty. So now I remember the cheese. Now you remembered it. I'm gonna sprinkle that queso cheese right on top, and it said Mexican melting cheese. That's what that is, shredded style, Mexican style cheese or something. So anyway, I'm gonna do that, and now I have my Daisy Light sour cream, which is I think the only thing in this whole meal that I actually purchased. Got that from Walmart. I love my sour cream, so you will see me dollop that Daisy everywhere. And you guys, this is how it came out. It was so freaking good. The only thing that would have made it better is if I had cheese in the actual flauta itself instead of just on top. But that's okay, because I took a bite, you know, took my fork, put the cheese and sour cream kind of in there, took another bite. I mean, listen, I made it happen, but I feel like if the cheese was in there, especially that melting Mexican cheese, it just would have been perfect. But you guys, doesn't this look so fresh and pretty? I love light meals, especially during the summer, even though I think it's only spring right now, but still. And let me show you what I am having to drink with my amazing little lunch today. I have a crushed peach, which was so good. And then look what I found in the refrigerator, you guys. I found some holy guacamole in the classic style. I actually purchased this as well. These came in a 6-pack. From Walmart, and I got that, added it on. It was really good. However, I have to be honest with you guys, the guacamole that I found at Aldi's, the 2-pack homestyle guacamole, beat this guacamole hands down. It was seasoned perfectly. This one was okay. Honestly, it was a little bland. Once I turned the camera off, I added a little more pink Himalayan salt and some garlic powder. This guacamole wasn't that great, to be honest, but it did the whole job. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to the video. I will see you in the next video. Give this video a like. Bye, guys.